When you look at me, what do you see? Do you really see me, or do you only see what I perceive myself to be? For a while now, I've been able to pull off the ultimate scapegoat of all time. I've been so good with my disguise that I sometimes fool myself into believing it. I've had my fake smile perfected very young because growing up in my household, emotions wasn't tolerated. My mother hated when my sisters and I cried. She would make fun of us if we got our feelings hurt about something. I know many of you all are like, that's horrible, but in reality, it's not that bad because she's taught my sisters and I many valuable lessons. The world will never cater to you. You have no choice in the cards you are dealt in life, but you do have the choice on how you play them. As I've grown older, I realized that it's not really my mother's fault on how she reacts to things because she's a direct view of how she was raised. My grandfather was an ex-boxer and he was in the military, so emotions wasn't really raised upon her because she's the only girl amongst her two brothers that grew up in that environment. In my mother's case, she is a product of her environment. From her experiences, I realized something. I don't want to be a product of my environment, and I want a whole lot better for myself, which certainly means fighting my way through this society, the stereotypes that are put upon my race, and fighting the way in which my race loves to degrade their women and people in general. Growing up with 5 sisters taught me a whole lot of important values. For one, it made me realize that I don't want any girls whenever I decide to have kids. Females are so nasty. But my sisters have taught me how to be caring, the essence of sharing, and the importance of family. I would say the best thing about my siblings is that they'll always have my back in whatever happens. I can recall a couple of times where my sisters have taken plenty of whoopings for me, and I've done vice versa. We all had our good days, and we all had our worst days together. The bad days including a bunch of physical altercations and a whole lot of verbal ones too. The good days including cooking together, watching movies together, going to the mall together, and being there when one of us is down. I'm the 4th oldest one to my younger sister, so with me, I was able to experience both having older and younger siblings. With my older siblings, I'm able to learn from their mistakes and take note of it so I won't make the same ones. With my younger siblings, I'm able to help them with their homework. I'm able to help them with school problems, and I'm here to help them with becoming women. I share everything with my sisters. If I have it, so do they. Of course, I get tired of sharing sometimes, so I start to hide some of my things, like my hair products. But of course, my youngest sister finds everything and uses them all. I understand that I should share, but it's another thing if I bought the items with my money, and then it's another thing if I didn't get to use them once. My youngest sister is about to graduate from my old middle school, Jefferson County Traditional Middle School. I want to leave her with some advice for high school, since I'm about to leave from my mother's nest. I know she's probably not going to watch this for the advice, but I have a feeling that she'll watch it because she's going to miss me. Step 1 to the guy: don't trust no one. Even so-called friends will turn their backs on you. Step 2, don't be a class clown. Getting kicked out of class isn't cute, and getting an ass whooping from your mom isn't cute either. Step 3, don't be afraid to be different. Uniqueness is rare. Please don't assimilate. Step 4, don't be too caught up in the social aspects of high school. Focus on your schoolwork and no drama. Step 5, don't give up your virginity to just any and everyone you come into contact with. Make sure you mean something to him, and make sure he means something important to you. Step 6, don't be afraid to make friends. By the end of your senior year, you probably won't have the same people you started with. And that's okay, because as you live and grow, we tend to leave those who hold us back from us becoming great. Step 7, don't act like you're better than anyone. Be humble and love everyone around you, because you never know what someone goes through. The last and final step, Step 8, don't be afraid to love yourself. My high school career has been a journey, a very long, well worth it journey that's soon about to be over and done with. My sister's about to graduate from 8th grade, so instead of making this lecture for me, I want to dedicate this last lecture to my little sister, who's about to embark on the longest journey of her young life. Although she's going to a different school, a different environment, it's the same concept. For everyone, there comes a time where life isn't as peachy as it seems. I want you to remember that you have the choice to make a difference in your life. What would you do with this chance?